Okay, this is better. What's poppin', boys? We're back again with another video. As you can tell, I'm very, very sick. Apologize for not making any videos sooner. I've been sick the last few days, but the show don't stop for nobody. So let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about something that a lot of you guys growing up, you youngins, should try and put yourself in a different lane. And I was watching a few videos, and I won't really steal anybody's idea, but what I've heard it called is lifestyle creep, and that pretty much encapsulates it um, pretty well. So today, I want to talk about avoiding lifestyle creep. Right now, it sounds pretty straightforward, but lifestyle creep is pretty much what happens when your quality of life increases, right? Sorry, your financial situation increases, so you feel that your quality of life must equally come up to match that, right? That's pretty much lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep. So you go from getting paid 40K a year to getting paid 70K a year. All of a sudden, you're spending. You went from spending 30K, 40K a year to spending 70K a year, 65K a year, right? Which leaves you with pretty much no room for savings, right? Um, you want to well, let me explain why this is so bad in the first place before I give any solutions, right? That would make sense, right? It doesn't matter. My mom always told me this. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It's all about how much money you keep, how much money you save, how much money you keep in the bank. That's really what matters, right? Because ultimately, over the years, like, life will become more and more taxing. As you grow older, right, you become more reliant on your financial situation, right, and less reliant on your youth. Right now, when you're super young, you can rely on your youth to make mistakes, to work the jobs that, like, no one wants to work the difficult, the tough jobs, and to have multiple sources of income, where you have to do physical or manual labor. Like, you can go to a 9 to 5 job and then wake up and come and go back to another 5 to 9 or whatever. You can do that. It's really taxing, but nobody can do that more than a young youth in their prime, in their 18s, from 18 all the way up to, like, like, probably up to, like, your late 20s, right? I'm leaving that part in my life, right? I'm leaving that part where I'm able to just do all of that shit. That's becoming super taxing for me now. Like, I could still do it, but I don't want to do it. That's why having good finances in order allows you to do that trade-off where you can do it less, or you don't have to do it at all, because you have money in the bank, and like, you have stuff saved up. Now, the whole reason why you did that, why you did those extra hours, those extra shifts, was to either promote yourself, gain skills, or just save money in general, right? So when you have more income coming in, you can't raise your expenses as well, right? You got to look at your bare expenses and say, what are my bare bones expenses? And you have to keep those bare bones expenses. When your lifestyle increases proportionate to your finances, then pretty much your finances aren't being kept in check, right? If your finances aren't being kept in check, then you aren't in control of your money, pretty much, right? So the first thing is to live below your means. Obviously, that's pretty much what I've been saying this whole time, right? Living below your means doesn't mean that you have to choose the no name brand when you go grocery shopping. It doesn't mean that you have to buy a certain cup of coffee because it's cheaper. Living below your means just means don't add more stress than there already is, right? I think it's a great idea. If you like Starbucks coffee, or if you like whatever the fuck people get these days as coffee, and that's your preferred brand, then get that. If you like a certain type of brand of cereal, or a certain brand of like, like meat purveyor, or certain type of, like, certain cut of steak, then get that. You have to treat yourself, right? But that shouldn't be that shouldn't be because your finances went up, your grocery costs went up. If you're the type of person from day one that likes to get these types of things, then get those type of things. But don't feel like not forced, but don't be coerced into feeling that just because your dollars went up, you have to now be spending like a baller and buying more quality stuff. Like that's false. That's a facade, right? There's no point in doing that because ultimately in the end that's just gonna put more pressure on yourself. And the more you age, the pressure is just gonna constantly be there. And you don't wanna end up like those people that you see in their like 40s, their 50s, and they're still struggling in life. You don't wanna be like that because those people had the chance to change their lives, right? But they let lifestyle creep happen to them, right? So you don't want to be like that, right? What you want to do is you want to budget well, right? You want to allocate cash before it even comes into your bank account. That's one thing you have to learn to do because we're in an age where everything can be automated, right? We're in the age of automation. So have money allocated, right, to leave your account to go to saving, investing, whatever before you even get it. Because this is the thing: any money that you don't already have a plan for is already burnt away, right? So if you have your rent, your car note, your insurance, and your groceries and your phone bill, all of those things are already accounted for. So they go somewhere already. So that's the same way how you have to treat your savings, right? So when your financial situation increases, now you have to look, okay, I have these five things, plus I have my savings and my investing or whatever. When your finances increase, your savings and your investing should always increase because those are things that pay you back, right? The other things are just services that you need to carry out your day-to-day life, right? Your car note, your rent, your insurance, your food, your cell phone, those things don't need to increase just because your financial situation increased. The things that do need to constantly increase are the things that are going to pay you back dividends, like 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Those things need to increase so that the more they increase is the more your stress decreases. There's like a correlation. The more your finances increase, the more your stress goes down. And when that happens, you're able to have more options in life, more things that you want to do. One good thing is to always try and automate your pay. Because think about it, it's the same with your finances, your insurance, or your rent. It's automated. When the month comes, you got to pay it, so it automatically leaves your bank account, right? If you have pre-authorized deposit, or you have to pay your landlord because such and such, or you don't have a place to live. So just think of your rent. Just think of your savings or your investments or something like that. Another thing is avoid saving money. Avoid avoid investing money if you owe debt or if you if you don't already have a savings. Before you invest, don't put a single dollar or a penny into like stocks or none of that shit if you don't have any money saved. You should have at least, I know everybody says this, but it's true, you should have at least like 3 months of expenses saved up comfortably, right? And those 3 months of expenses should include things like obviously your rent, your car note, your insurance, your phone bill, and your food. Those are just the five basic things that you need to live, right? Maybe you have a couple more, but break it down to bare minimum. If there are things you can cut, like for example, if you can remove like your hairstyle from like your haircut from like your monthly expenses, that's not really necessary if emergency happens. You can go without a haircut for like a month or whatever, right? It might look fucked up, but you can do it. Right? So just have the most bare bones expenses saved up for like for like 3 months. But don't start with 3 months. Start with 1 month. Have it saved up for 1 month first, right? Have the bare bones expenses saved up for 1 month and then multiply it to 2 months. And once you get comfortable with 1 to 2 months, then put some money into stocks. But again, you shouldn't put any money into stocks if you haven't saved and also if you have debt. If you have any debt where monthly you're getting charged like 20%, it's not worth it to put money into the stock market because on average, the stock market, I'm not a financial advisor or whatever here, but I'm just saying based on averages. On average, the stock market returns 10% to you a year on average. Like that's in a good year. Most times it's like less, like 5%, 7%, like 6%, whatever. Your credit card debt is most certainly your credit card APR or rate that you're charged every month is most certainly about 19%, 17%, right? So it makes no sense to invest in something that's going to grow 7% when you're guaranteed to lose 17% every month. It would be a better or a wiser choice to pay off that 17% loss, right? That you're losing every year. So that's a guaranteed gain once you pay off your credit card and all that stuff. And avoid getting more debt if you can. You know, it's like I know it's something easier said than done, but avoid credit card debt like the plague. Avoid credit card debt, interest, loans, all of that. Avoid it like the plague. If you have a family member that will lend you money or whatever, that's great because they won't charge you interest, but and you can pay them back. But like you have to pay them back. But like avoid credit card debt like the plague. So once you have savings, you have no like serious credit card debt that you can afford to comfortably pay off every month, blah blah blah, build your credit, whatever, then you can jump into investing, right? And the thing is, as your financial life increases, because this is the thing, as you get older, you'll generally just get more skills, more knowledge. This is assuming you're not hopping from job to job, but generally you'll increase your value in the marketplace, right? So as you get older, you will make more money constantly. Every 2 years or every year or so, you'll be getting more and more money in the bank. So you can't afford your lifestyle to creep up on you like that, right? You have to manage your lifestyle and your finances, right? So yeah, um, yeah, pretty much that was it. I don't really have much to say. Avoid last point is avoid social media because it kind of baits you into feeling like you need to have a better life or you need to be doing better or you could be doing better. Social media. Sorry guys, today's just social media shows you the good parts of other people's lives. You know, like when think about it, when you post a social media picture, you want to make sure you're as fresh, as fly as possible, in the nicest scene, in the nicest car, in the nicest set, the nicest background. Nothing's wrong with posting shit on your social media. It sometimes it's counterproductive, whatever. Who cares about flexing, bro? Those days are for me. Those days are pretty much, you know. But what really matters is money in the bank and shit you can actually do, places you can go, and the freedom you can buy yourself. That's more important than stuff on social media, guys. And the older you grow, the more you'll find that out. The sooner you find that out, the better off you are for yourself, honestly. Right? Anyways, how can you? I want to leave you guys with two final things. How can you implement this in your life now so that you can make a change? Right? And that's mostly gonna be to automate your life right now, you know, set money aside, and start saving and start whatever. um, Look into, if you're one of those people where when you save money, I know I am, when I save money, no matter how hard I try to save, I always end up touching it. Look into putting your money into things like look into putting your money into things like GICs and bonds. Yeah, I get it. Like short-term bonds and like short-term stuff, not long-term stuff. Just stuff that you have to lock away, and it makes it incredibly hard to get it. Um, the reason why I say that is because most bonds will yield like more. You just want to beat inflation pretty much. So if you lock in a bond for like 5K, like and you lock in a 5K bond for like a year, you want to get back like I don't know like 5,500 after a year pretty much, right? Like you want your money to be, I don't know, that let's say $1,000. If you lock in $1,000, you want to get back $1,100, for example, right? That way you're keeping up with inflation. If inflation is on average like 2%, 3% a year, who knows? It's been going up higher every single year ever since after COVID, whatever. But like you want to lock in something that keeps your money, keeps the purchasing power of your money, but also allows you from prevents you from touching that money in the near future just because of something, whatever. It will really help you in the long run. And then that will help you build the discipline of saving. So when you have money that you can spare, put it away somewhere. Put it into a. You can buy RRSP GICs nowadays, right? You can put it into your RRSP if you don't want to do that. If you don't want to save it for retirement, you just want to have it as backup emergency savings and put it in a regular one. Even though a GIC is kind of locked in term, it helps when you're starting off to save money, or when you're starting off to save money for your emergency funds, right? Because I know if it's not one for me, if it's not one big lump sum there, and it's like little bits going, I get tempted to like to take from it. So for me, that's how it helped me. Just starting off, putting everything, locking everything away, and then when everything came back, I was like, okay, there's no point in touching this because I already have things on the side or other money, so I don't need to really fuck with this. This is just for super crazy emergencies. So if your car ever breaks down, it's not like a end of the world situation anymore. It's just like a bill that's like, okay, fuck this, whatever. We'll have it back in the bank. We'll have that money saved back up in our funds later. No problem. But yeah, guys, you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you want to see more. I'm trying to give you guys more curated, more insightful stuff. Stuff I wish I knew when I was your age. um, but yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button. She's not feeling it today, man. And yeah, subscribe so the algorithm knows to show you more dope videos like this, so you can keep on growing your mind. We can keep on growing together. We can keep on, like back and forth. Comment in the video, comment in the description below. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm eager to hear your feedback and your outputs on this, or your takes on this. But yeah, peace out.